There you are. This could be interesting. There's no shortage of firearms in this neighborhood.
I suspect the solution will turn on geometry, timing, and human nature.
There may be a penny dreadful in it. Look into it, won't you?
Okay. Lewis Prescott, killed by a single bullet that entered his chest, passed directly through his heart, and exited from his back. Bloodstain, spread in a way that indicates the direction of the bullet. The banner for the 11th Regiment of Foot marked Gold Coast, Ashanti Company campaign.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
Single white feather.
I should reinterrogate a suspect.
The Ashanti Wars were a sporadic series of colonial wars brought by the British Empire in what was termed the Golden Coast, largely modern-day Ghana. Conflict between the Ashanti on one side and the British in alliance with the Fanti on the other erupted 4 times between 1823 and 1896. Eventually, the Ashanti territory was annexed to the rest of the Gold Coast as a crown colony. There is a hexagon-shaped bullet lodged exactly below the numeral 12. The clock is still running.
I believe I should reinterrogate a suspect.
A hole made by a hexagonal bullet. The hole is bloody. Empty munitions crates clearly marked Prescott Munitions number 408.
He was a good man, very honourable. I'm proud to have served under Colonel Prescott in the 11th Foot Gold Coast, Africa. Prescott put that up in memory of the time he led a sortie across the Pra River to outflank Ashanti warriors. Things turned out badly that day. Horrific. We lost several of our comrades. Prescott wanted us to remember them. I was on my way here. Heard 2 shots I did, right at the stroke of noon. Bullet hole in the clock. That's a new one. It could have already been there when I arrived at noon. Or maybe it was the second shot I heard.
Hey, Eberline.
From what I can gather, Prescott was shot almost exactly at 12 o'clock noon. When Colonel Prescott retired from the army, he used his connections and started this munitions factory. He wanted the men that served with him to have work when they left the army. Apparently, they put the clock there while doing some repairs. It still runs, I notice. The young lads across the street were fooling with a pistol they'd found. A bullet must have gone astray through the wooden fence. Hit Mr. Prescott smack in the chest. Bloody unlucky for all concerned.
Indicates that the bullet exited the courtyard. Large puddle of beer. Other puddles continue along the street. Handmade by the orphans. Place the children stood when firing at the target. Appears a small heavy object may have fallen here, perhaps a revolver.
We stood right there on a mark and shot the target. I went to shoot, but there was a loud bang. I was surprised and missed the target completely. It wasn't me who killed the man. I'm no murderer.
Well, this is why you shouldn't be playing with guns in the first place.
We found a revolver underneath the lumberyard window. Don't know where it came from.
You need to be careful with guns. You could have hurt someone. Might be something up on the roof. Spilled beer. Oh. One of the bullets hit a beer cart. What do we have here? There's a round hole through one of the panels. Inside is a spent bullet. The caliber of the bullet matches the orphan's revolver. The flag bears the insignia of the 11th Regiment of Foot. Partially plucked dead white goose. Treatment for trypanosomiasis, a disease transmitted by Sitsit by Sisi flies in Africa.
Someone could tell me more about this.
So someone that works here is probably a veteran.
Saw him each morning as I drove by. Seemed like a good sort. We lost an entire barrel of beer, damn it. I heard 2 loud bangs, but thought nothing of it. Later, I found a bullet hole in a barrel. Imagine that, a bullet hole. My lad Samuel might know more. He's around back, tossing trash in the river. The poor lad. Fell on my doorstep a few years ago. He's in a bad way, has some sort of malady. Rides in the back while I make deliveries. Hard worker, very determined.
Oh, Samuel?
I just drop off beer. Don't pay much attention to people along the way. There was an hole in a barrel. I've got no explanation for that. That's for some sickness I picked up a while ago. Can't remember the name of it.
Let's go back here and check.
Him and me like to insult each other. I was a lieutenant under his command in Africa. I love the army. No one questions you when you wear a uniform. Anyways, every morning when he arrived, we'd call out and joke with each other. Yeah. Well, Prescott led a flanking sortie that went wrong. Lots of casualties. Some men called the colonel a coward, but it were really just bad luck. Anyway, he resigned. To make amends, he offered work at his factory whenever one of us left the army.
It's like one of the bullets is coming from upstairs. What does that say? Shit. It's possible. Should have stood here. Yep, this could have been the one that killed him. It hit the clock. Then where the heck does this bullet come from? What about this bullet? This one doesn't really make sense. That one is from the kids, but that hit the beer car. Well, this one, though. That trajectory is just weird.
Yeah. Well, Prescott led a flanking sortie that went wrong. Lots of casualties. So
I must be missing something. Aberline, do you have anything?
Snapdragon, just a thing for a disagreeable person. As tragedy befallen you and that one. All the comfort of forgetting of every colour and every size.
I forget, how do I accuse? Do I just... Let me check back here.
I just drop off beer. Don't pay much attention to people. That's for some sickness I picked up. There was an hole in a barrel. I've got no ex...
Re-examine. Is there anything else here? Am I missing something? What's with the goose? Is that a music box? Huh, found a music box. I must be missing something because I can't accuse anybody.
We stood right there on a mark and shot the target. I went to shoot, but there was a loud bang. I was surprised and missed the target completely. It wasn't me who killed the man. I'm no murderer.
Here we go. There we go. Guns. Ah, there we can now make an accusation. The first sniper rifle has an astonishing accuracy. This particular one smells as though it's been fired within the past few hours. Also, a regimental insignia is carved into the stock. 11th Regiment of Foot, Gold Coast.
Return and find out about this.
Whitworth Rifle. The first long-range sniper rifle, the Whitworth, was designed by British inventor Sir Joseph Whitworth in 1854. Sir Joseph set about designing a rifle barrel that would both instill greater spin on a bullet, in order to improve accuracy, and reduce friction, to improve range. His innovative solution was to manufacture a twisted hexagonal barrel with a matching hexagonal bullet. The twist in the barrel provided the spin, while the hexagonal shape reduced friction. The result was an amazingly accurate weapon. Queen Victoria fired a Whitworth, using a string at a distance, at the first meeting of the British National Rifle Association in 1860. The Whitworth was used primarily by the Confederacy in the American Civil War and by the French Army. Excuse me, ma'am. Guns. Oh, no wonder I can't just go down the stairs.
I admit it. I sell stolen rifles and pistols. All very hush-hush. Black market. I made that shot. Early this morning, Prescott challenged me to plug the 12 from my shot. I missed just slow. No one witnessed it. It was too early in the morning. I brought that gun back from Africa. I was a sniper fighting the Ashanti. I used that gun this morning for Prescott's challenge. It's the only Whitworth we have. I'd never sell it. Me? I couldn't have shot him from the attic at that angle. I only shot a clock.
What?
I didn't ask about this. I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
Oh, the feather.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Goose. The goose. It was the goose.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
Music box is gone.
Saw him each morning as we lost an entire barrel of beer, damn it. The poor lad. Fell on my doorstep a few years ago.
I need more time. I just drop off beer. Don't pay much. That's for some sickness I picked up a while ago. There was an hole in a barrel. His goddamn cowardice in Africa got me best friends killed. He should have faced a firing squad.
There Very good sleuthing on your part. It's a miracle anyone survived, what with all those bullets whizzing about.
Death stalks the Colonel. An army sharpshooter watches his friends die in a bungled military maneuver and vows revenge. Slowed by a tropical disease contracted on the Gold Coast, Private Samuel Fry... Is he related? Spent years planning his vengeance on Louis Prescott, the colonel whose cowardice meant death for his companions. He taunted Prescott with the symbolic white feather and then, at the stroke of noon, took his final revenge. Many bullets flew that day. A bullet from the shop attic lodged in Prescott's factory clock. A bullet from the revolver found by some children lodged in a passing beer cart. And the bullet fired by Samuel from the back of that cart struck Prescott directly in the heart. Bum bum bum. You are completely done except for Charles' mission, but that hasn't unlocked yet. You just have some collectibles to do.
All right, yes, yes.
It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Yeah, don't worry. Sorry. Let me go up the stairs. We go. Don't want to miss my train.
I wonder what that's all about.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, looks like he's got a screw loose.
Excuse me. Anything else nearby? You're part of the Thames. They were open when I came down here.
The power turret.
Let's go visit Mr. Marks. Whee!
And how
Hey,
are
little
you?
rook.
Take this.
Thank you. Thought something came up. Ooh, just 3 more. And we also have 2 music boxes somewhere. Well, in the meantime... Hello, Carl. There's usually fire where there's smoke, right?